Are you looking for a way to scale your short-term rental business and buy more properties? Well, co-hosting might be the right fit for you. Welcome to the Co-Host Coach podcast with Joe Roney. This episode of the Co-Host Coach is brought to you by Savvy STR Agents. If you're looking to buy a short-term rental, then contact the STR Savvy Agent team at savvy.realty.
Welcome to another episode of the Co-Host Coach. I am Joe Roney, and I am super excited to be here today shooting another episode of my favorite podcast. And today we are going to talk about the state of the real estate market. And the reason why I want to talk about that is because we are in prime real estate season. You know, I like to say that Super Bowl Sunday kicks off the start of real estate season. Most people will say it really kicks off in March and April, but you know, if you really think about it, over the last 6-7 months, you know, that's what I feel like the NFL season is. Every Sunday, everybody wants to sit around, watch football. No one wants to go out and look at houses. And on top of that, we were going through an election season. We were going through some higher interest rates. There was a lot happening. But I can tell you that right now, it's starting to feel a little bit more like 2021, 2022. And I think a lot of investors out there have realized that these interest rates that we have today are here to stay. We're not going to see 5% interest rates for a long time. I'm not saying they're never coming back, you know, because that could happen, but we're not going to see them for a while. We're going to see the 6, 6.5, 7, 7.5, and maybe even 8% interest rates, and we're going to see it go up and down over the next 12, maybe 24 months. It's hard to say. Maybe we'll get down in the low 6s. Maybe we won't. But everyone knows that this is the new normal. And this truly is normal. You know, these 3% interest rates that we've had over the past, 6 or 8 years is not normal. That is not something that's really happened in the history of our country. So this is really getting back to what normal reality is. And because of that, investors out there are realizing that if they want to invest in real estate again, it has to be at the current market conditions. Now, the second part of that we are starting to see is that some prices are easing up a little bit. In the Florida market and Panama City Beach, where I am at, in the entire Panhandle, I'm helping investors get properties at $40,000, $50,000 under the asking price. And that's huge because a couple of years ago, if you remember, we were going $40,000 to $50,000 over asking price and still losing out on deals. So now as you're, potentially buying new short-term rentals, or for those that are co-hosts out there, networking with realtors that are selling properties, this is a great time in the real estate industry. I think I've put 6 under contract in the past 30 days in the Panama City Beach market, which is crazy. And that's just the beginning. We're talking, this is just January into early February. And we're just at the beginning of the season. It really picks up as we get into February, March, and especially April. So real estate market is really picking it up. The great thing about short-term rentals are if you can, make something cash flow at today's market, if we do see an ease in interest rates down the road, then it's only going to get better. So if you are looking to invest in short-term rentals, or if you're looking to grow your co-hosting business, it is important to keep an eye on the market and what you're doing right now. So I want to talk a little bit about that a little bit deeper. So for the real estate investor side out there, we're going to start there, and then we're going to talk about the co-hosting side a little bit later. So for the investors, so if you're out there and you may be a co-host just looking to buy your next property, or you may be listening to this thinking about buying your first or second short-term rental or expanding what you currently have, there are so many different ways that you can finance these deals now. And we work with a lot of different lenders. A lot of people say, oh, the DSCR is a great program. And it is. My most recent property that we bought, we used the DSCR loan. We put it into the LLC. It's not on our DTI. It's great, and we got pretty good terms. Not as great of terms as we would have gotten if we would have done a conventional loan, but overall, it was good terms. We have lenders that are doing second home loans under 7% right now for investors. I mean, that's crazy good. So, so lending options, yes, we are in the mid sixes to low sevens, or maybe even mid sevens right now, depending on your credit score and what type of product you go to. But we're also able to negotiate a lot. And as a realtor, I told you I just got a couple houses under contract, one at 50K under asking price, one at 40K. Another house I sold, we got 10K under asking, but 40K in seller credits. So there is negotiating room right now in the real estate market. It's not a complete buyer's market, but it is kind of a buyer's market. So, it's not the seller's market that it was 2 years ago. And the sellers that want to sell their house, they're understanding that the amount of inventory that's on the market, it has increased. A couple of years ago, we had 6 weeks of inventory, and now we're sitting at 8 months of inventory. So, there's going to be a lot more homes sold this spring because there is a lot more inventory and everything is eased up a little bit. All the numbers are looking a little bit better. People are past the election. I don't care which side you choose, but more people are just happy the election is behind us and they know what the future is going to hold for them. So a lot of people are really excited about investing again, and we're seeing a lot more buyers actually pull the trigger and make purchases. So if you are an investor and you have analysis paralysis and you've been sitting on the fence and you've just been waiting and waiting and waiting, stop waiting. Okay. The best time to buy real estate was 20 years ago. The next best time to buy real estate is right now. Right. And you've heard 100 people say that. Everybody says that same thing, but it's true. We say it because it's true. Yes. If I could have gone back to 2007 and 2008 and bought 10 beach houses, I'd be, probably living on an island right now, but I didn't. And I bought 3 years ago and I bought again last year. And that's when I bought. And I needed to make sure the numbers worked for me when I bought. The numbers are working now. There are properties. I just put a property under contract for an investor yesterday in Panama City Beach that is going to be a 20% ROI. There has not been a lot of 20% plus ROI on the market recently. This one was right out of the gates. The agent that listed it understood the market. He priced it right. We went in, actually, there was multiple offers on this property, and my client won the deal, and it is a fantastic house. So if you're looking to get into short-term rentals, or if you're looking to expand your short-term rental business, it truly is a great time to purchase and a great time to look at what area you want to go and find a specialist into that area. I'm going to do a little, savvy plug here. As part of the Savvy STR agent team, we have agents throughout the nation. We specialize in short-term rentals. That is all we do. If somebody calls me in Florida and they ask me to list or help them find a permanent home, I am referring them to someone else because I only deal with short-term rentals. I only deal with investors that are doing that. And that's what we do as a Savvy team. We are going to help you underwrite the properties. We're going to help you put together pro formas. We're going to show you comps in the area of what your property needs to look like to be able to compete, to make sure that you buy a successful property. So that's my plug of the day. So if you are looking in any market, get a hold of me and I can get you to the right agent in that market. We are all over the nation, from Joshua Tree to Salt Lake City, all the way to Pigeon Forge and Miami, and everywhere in between. So if you're looking, we definitely have someone for you. Now, shifting gears, for you co-hosts out there that are looking to expand your business. And I know in some of the interviews we've had recently, I've talked to other co-hosts that have used this tool to grow their business. Guess what? There's a lot of homes being sold this spring, and a lot of these investors do not have the capacity to self-manage. So they are going to be hiring a property manager. Every single time I get a house under contract that I list, I get at least 5 emails from property management companies saying, hey, do you think the buyer is looking for a property manager? Would you like me to put together a a rental analysis for them and, proposal for them and information about our company. I'm getting those from all the big companies. I'm not getting those from co-hosts. I'm not getting those from some of the people that are listening to this podcast. Why are you not networking with realtors? Talk to your local real estate agents, and don't talk to them once a week or once a month. Talk to them daily. Go to their meetups, go to their meetings, go to their breakfasts, meet them. Do what you can if you're looking to grow your co-host business and get in the door. One of the guys who joined my coaching program last year, Bradley, he met up with a real estate agent in his market, and he went from 0 to 5 properties in 3 months because he made the right connection with the right person. So definitely talk to the real estate agents, and don't talk to just an agent that's an agent. Look for the agents that are specialized in short-term rentals. Look for the agents that are posting about short-term rentals. Those are the people that you want to talk to. And you might think, well, some of those realtors, like, Joe, you're a real estate agent and you co-host. Would you refer them to me? Yeah, because I don't solicit my business to my real estate clients. If it ends up working out and I ended up taking over a property that I sold to a real estate client, it could happen. In 18 transactions last year, one property, and I actually started managing it because it was a friend of mine that I sold him a property and he really wanted me to manage his condo. That's it. I referred out all the rest that needed property managers. That being said, a lot of them self-manage, which is what we teach. And I teach and preach that if you're going to be successful in this business, that you should self-manage. But not everybody can do it. And even if they can do it, not everybody has the capacity to do it. So, you definitely want to make sure, you're talking to the realtors and they know what type of business that you do, what it is that you offer, and that you can actually handle, what they're wanting to do for their clients better than what another realtor or another management company might be able to do for them. So, it is a great time in the real estate market. It is heating up. We're going to have a busy spring in every single market nationwide. So no matter where you are co-hosting right now, pick up the phone and talk to some realtors and go build some relationships with them and let them know what you're doing. Finally, obviously, in the real estate market, there's a lot of discussion out there on a couple of topics. One is that there's a lot of people in foreclosure. Yeah, there is. One is that the prices are going to come down a ton. It could happen. There's no guarantees in life in any type of investing that you do. You could invest in Bitcoin today and it could crash tomorrow. You can invest in the stock market today and it could crash tomorrow. You can invest in real estate today and it could crash tomorrow. Guess what? If one of those crash, they're all going to crash. So no matter where you invest your money, you're at risk. That's part of investing. It's risky. It's also risky to keep cash in the bank at, the inflation that we've had over the last couple of years. So, you have to decide what that risk is for you as far as, what's it going to be. But nobody's got a crystal ball. I can't tell you that the real estate market is going to go up 4% this year, even though that's what majority of the experts are saying. They're predicting a standard, pretty normal 3 to 4% increase in home sales. Everyone thought that home sales were going to drop in 2024. And what's interesting is 2024 had the least amount of homes sold, I think, since 1996, from what I read. But yet, the sales prices nationwide still went up a little bit. In my market, in the St. Louis market, we were up 4.5%. In Florida, I think we were flat to maybe down 1, but we're not seeing double-digit decreases. We're also not going to see double-digit increases. So, just know that obviously there's always risk and anything could happen at any moment. But right now, the real estate market looks really, really good and looks like a really, really great investment. I personally bought a short-term rental in November. I am going to buy another one by the end of this year. And I have a goal of August, September timeframe right now. So it is definitely something that I truly believe in and truly believe it's a great investment for me. And if you are interested in getting into it, I think it's a good investment for you as well. So that's the main thing that I wanted to talk about today is real estate and the state of the market. If you're looking to get into real estate or getting into short-term rentals and you want to purchase, feel free to reach out. I am part of the Savvy STR agent team. We are nationwide, and I would love to help you find your next short-term rental. Till next time, I am Joe Roney, the co-host coach, and I'll see you next week.